Florence, 1389. A boy is baptized into a medieval world. He was not of noble birth. He was the son of a local merchant. His name was Cosimo de' Medici. From humble beginnings, his dynasty would seek power and influence, and not stop until they secured the papacy itself. Theirs was a world where power came at a price. Intrigue, murder, assassination, and war. But the city of Florence was also a cauldron of creativity. And for the greater glory of the family, the Medici would protect and pay for the greatest artists and thinkers of their age. Michelangelo, Brunelleschi, Botticelli, Leonardo, Galileo. An explosion of ideas which would shatter the medieval world and resonate through the centuries in a single phrase. Rinascimento, rebirth, renaissance. Behind it stood the Medici, godfathers of the Renaissance. On the 7th of September, 1433, Cosimo was summoned to the Palace of Government. The Albizzi were waiting for him. They had hatched a plot to wipe out the upstart Medici.
When I arrived in the palace, I found the majority of my companions already in the midst of a discussion. After some time, I was commanded by the authority of the Signoria to go upstairs.
Cosimo was now in grave danger. Even the family's trusted consigliere had been tortured to uncover evidence against the Medici. Cosimo was at the mercy of his enemies.
I was taken by the captain of the guard to the cell known as the Barberia.
He is imprisoned in the topmost room at the very top of the tower of the Palace of Government. He thought he would be flung to the ground. That was his first fear, that he would just be pushed out the window, because this happened quite a lot in this period. And his entire family was terrified that they'd never see him again.
But in a republic, not even the Albizzi could dictate the fate of a citizen of Florence. They had to have the consent of the people. A referendum was called to decide Cosimo's future. The Albizzi hired soldiers to guard the piazza. Cosimo's friends were physically barred. Cosimo was accused of treason against the city and her people. A vote was taken. guilty. Now, he faced execution. But Cosimo had friends, even in the enemy camp. From his cell, he engineered a secret negotiation for his life. Money talked, and Cosimo walked.
Probably the reason why his life was spared was because, as he says in his own memoir of the event, that he paid his jailers a hefty bribe to let him out.
They were not very bold. They could have had 10,000 or more for my safety.
Cosimo had survived, but he and his family were now banished, and Florence was in the hands of the Albizzi. No friend of Cosimo was safe. Brunelleschi himself was thrown into jail, and work on the dome was abandoned. But life in Florence without Cosimo wouldn't be easy. The Medici Bank had funded most of the city's commercial activity. Florentine business soon ground to a halt. Cosimo's supporters begged him to return and retake the city by force, but Cosimo remembered his father's advice. Wait to be summoned. Cosimo waited. He knew that without money, the people of Florence would soon tire of the Albizzi. He was right.